Khaby Lame, known for reacting to overly complicated life hacks with simple gestures, has taken the internet by storm. He went from having nothing to becoming one of the richest content creators in a very short time. But how did he achieve this? Why did his rise to fame and wealth happen so quickly? And what can we learn from his success?
My name is Khaby. I love you and I love you to make people smile.
In today's video, we will explore why Khaby Lame has suddenly become rich and what lessons we can take from his journey. Today, we're going to dive into the early life of one of the biggest internet sensations in recent years, Khaby Lame. You've seen his iconic reaction videos, but do you know the story of where he came from? How did a humble boy from Senegal end up taking over the internet? Let's go back to the beginning and explore the early life of Khaby Lame. Khaby Lame was born on March 9, 2000 in a small town near Dakar, the capital of Senegal. He spent the first year of his life there before his family made a big move to Europe. Growing up in Senegal, Khaby's early life was quite typical of many children in the region, marked by close family bonds and a tight-knit community. Even though his family didn't have much wealth, they were rich in love, values, and traditions, something that still reflects in Khaby's humble personality today. When Khaby was just a year old, his family moved to Chivasso, a small town in northern Italy. This move was motivated by the search for better opportunities. Like many immigrant families, Khaby's parents wanted to provide a better life for their children. Growing up in Italy wasn't always easy for Khaby. As an immigrant child, he often had to navigate two different worlds, the culture of his Senegalese roots and the Italian way of life. However, this duality is what shaped Khaby into the person he is today. Khaby grew up in a working-class family, and they lived in public housing in Chivasso. Life wasn't always easy, money was tight, and the opportunities for advancement were limited. But despite these challenges, Khaby always had a positive outlook on life. He developed a love for sports, especially football, and dreamt of making it big one day, though back then, he didn't yet know what form his success would take. Khaby was just like any other kid growing up in Italy. He attended local schools, played football with his friends, and was known for being the class clown. Even though Khaby didn't excel academically, his charisma and sense of humor always stood out. In many ways, he was a natural entertainer, even back then, constantly making people laugh, even when times were tough. These qualities would later become key elements in his rise to fame. After finishing school, Khaby didn't jump straight into fame. Instead, he took on a job as a factory worker to help support his family. He worked long hours operating machines, just trying to make ends meet. However, Khaby never let his circumstances define him. Even during these difficult times, he was always thinking about ways to express his creativity and entertain people. Then came 2020.
China has identified the cause of the mysterious new virus. Coronavirus.
There are fears a rapidly spreading virus has reached Australia.
This is a rapidly emerging situation where there is not a cause for alarm.
The first US case has been detected. There's confirmation the coronavirus has reached Australia.
And the COVID-19 pandemic. Like millions of people around the world, Khaby's life was turned upside down. The factory where he worked shut down, and he lost his job overnight. Suddenly, he was at home with no income and no clear path forward. But rather than falling into despair, Khaby saw this moment of crisis as an opportunity to tap into his creativity. Here's where everything changed. Stuck at home during Italy's strict lockdowns, Khaby turned to TikTok out of boredom. He began watching videos and noticed that many so-called life hacks were unnecessarily complicated. Instead of just scrolling past, Khaby had an idea: why not react to these videos in his own humorous way? Armed with nothing but a phone and his natural charisma, Khaby started recording short videos where he reacted to these over-the-top hacks with simple, silent gestures. He wasn't trying to become famous, he was just having fun and expressing himself in the way he knew best. Then the turning point really happened. One of Khaby's videos went viral. His silent, exaggerated reactions to unnecessary life hacks struck a chord with millions of viewers. People around the world found his content hilarious and, most importantly, relatable. Unlike many influencers, Khaby didn't rely on flashy edits, expensive equipment, or even words. His quiet yet powerful reactions were universal. Before he knew it, his follower count was exploding. What started as a fun hobby during lockdown quickly became something much bigger. Khaby had officially gone viral, and there was no turning back. So what made Khaby's content so special? Why did his videos blow up so quickly? One key reason is the simplicity of his approach. In a world filled with overproduced content, Khaby's minimalist style was a breath of fresh air. He didn't say a word, but his expressions and body language spoke volumes. This made his content accessible to everyone, no matter where you're from or what language you speak. His rise wasn't just about humor, it was about tapping into something that people everywhere could connect with. His reactions reminded us that life doesn't have to be complicated, and sometimes the simplest solutions are the best. In the end, the turning point in Khaby Lame's life came during one of the most challenging periods for all of us, the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a moment of loss and uncertainty turned into a life-changing opportunity. By embracing his creativity and staying true to himself, Khaby Lame transformed his life and became a global icon. His story reminds us that sometimes our biggest opportunities come from unexpected places. We're going to explore the fascinating world of Khaby Lame's income sources. You've seen him silently reacting to overcomplicated life hacks, but how exactly did that turn into millions of dollars? How did a guy who started on TikTok during the pandemic end up becoming one of the highest paid influencers on the social media? In this chapter, we'll break down all the ways Khaby Lame makes his money. Let's talk about Khaby Lame's bread and butter TikTok. Khaby has one of the most followed accounts on the platform with over 160 million followers and counting. His high engagement rate is a goldmine for monetization. Social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram have revenue-sharing models, especially through sponsored content. Brands are willing to pay top dollar for influencers with large, engaged audiences. For Khaby, a single TikTok post can earn him anywhere from $200,000 to $500,000, depending on the deal. Given the sheer volume of his followers and views, it's no surprise that a significant portion of Khaby's income comes from social media. Let's talk about brand endorsements. As Khaby's fame grew, so did the attention from major brands. Khaby has collaborated with some of the biggest companies in the world, including Hugo Boss, Netflix, and Amazon. These brands see Khaby as the perfect ambassador because his silent humor transcends language barriers, making him a global appeal. Brand deals like these can bring in millions. It's not just TikTok where Khaby is making serious money. Instagram is another major source of income for him. With over 80 million followers on Instagram, Khaby's reach is massive. Brands know that his followers are loyal and engaged, making sponsored Instagram posts another lucrative opportunity. Reports suggest that Khaby charges around $300,000 to $600,000 for a single sponsored Instagram post, depending on the brand and the campaign. Given his large following, he's able to partner with top-tier companies for highly visible advertising campaigns. Khaby Lame's income streams are as diverse as his content. From TikTok to brand endorsements, merchandise, fashion collaborations, and even NFTs, Khaby has built a multi-million-dollar empire. What makes his success even more impressive is how quickly it all happened, transforming him from a factory worker into one of the richest influencers in the world in just a couple of years. Khaby Lame's story is proof that anyone can turn their passion into a career if they're authentic and creative. If you enjoyed learning about the various ways Khaby earns his income, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more insights into the lives of influencers and entrepreneurs. Leave a comment below and let us know which of Khaby's income streams surprised you the most. And don't forget to click the bell icon so you never miss a new upload. See you in the next video.